Right now, sexual harassment claims against a Madison alder are found insufficient. We hear from one of his accusers. The alder broke her silence.
Also, the Wisconsin Department of Justice's annual report is now out. We have reaction from Attorney General Josh Kaul on the numbers.
And later, barriers behind bars. We hear from a transgender inmate about his treatment within the Dane County Jail, the struggles the jail faces with providing for transgender individuals. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Thanks for joining us. The Wisconsin Department of Justice's annual report shows Wisconsin had a record number of fentanyl cases in 2023 and took longer to process DNA samples than the year prior.
Submissions to the state crime lab continued to increase last year, with more than 9,000 coming in. The number of cases in which evidence tested positive for fentanyl was 18 times higher last year than it was in 2013 at 765. In the report, the DOJ said the legislature only approved 3 of the 16 positions for the crime labs that it requested in the 2023-25 biennial budget, and that it will request 19 more positions for its Division of Forensic Sciences in the upcoming state budget. In a statement on the report, Attorney General Josh Kaul said the work of our state crime labs is essential to protecting public safety and ensuring that criminal investigations and prosecutions lead to justice. The upcoming state budget must make the investment needed to adequately staff the labs.
We now know the identities of a man and woman who died after a crash in the village of Windsor earlier this month. They are Oswald Oropeza and Mariana Mendizabal of Madison, both 23 years old. The crash happened November 3rd on U.S. Highway 51 just after 11 a.m. when a 43-year-old man crashed into them, sending their vehicle into the other lane. The victims were then hit by another vehicle. Oropeza died at the scene. Mendizabal died at a hospital. Expect dry weather through the weekend. Let's check your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Eric, that's absolutely correct. Dry weather is expected through the weekend, and then boy, oh boy, do we have some changes on the way in our forecast. And we had that rain last night. We were eyeing it up on Radar 3000 just 24 hours ago. Nothing out there right now. It's actually quite nice out here in the patio. Just a touch of a breeze, but overall, temperatures are in the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees as of 6 o'clock at night. Normal highs are 45 this time of year, so we're about 5 degrees above our normal high across all of Dane County, sharing 48 at the airport with McFarland and sharing 49 with Middleton, and going a little bit further to the west on Highway 14 in Cross Plains. Planning the evening tonight, 48. Well, our weather models are right on the money there. When you join Jacob during tonight's 10 o'clock newscast, temperatures not really falling too far, down to 46, although we will see lows tonight eventually get down to approximately 40 degrees. When you wake up also at that 40-degree temperature, we could be looking at some patchy fog across southern Wisconsin, especially owing to the fact that we've had that moisture from last night's rainfall. So don't be surprised to have a bit of foggy conditions to start off. Next week, still looking active here. We've been talking about this for days. We've been first to show what this weather system may look like. Rain and breezy conditions still expected by Tuesday, and some snow showers absolutely could still mix in with the rain showers Wednesday going on through Saturday. And so coming up in Maine Weather, we'll continue that look at future track going out into the future with this weather system, and also take a look at, did last night's rain and the recent rains that we've had impact our drought? That's coming up.
Alex, thank you. An investigation into Madison alder Charles Mayadze has found there is not enough evidence to say he committed acts of harassment that violate city policy and law.
But one of the complainants from that report wanted to speak out in hopes that others will feel empowered to come forward. Armand Rahman joins us with more details. Armand?
Susan and Eric, District 18 Alder Charles Mayadze was publicly accused of domestic violence and sexual assault earlier this year, and multiple alders had called for his resignation. Today, I spoke to one of the accusers in this new report, a colleague who still sits seats down from Mayadze in Common Council.
Being with him on council is a real challenge.
District 2 Alder Juliana Bennett says even though the investigation has ended, the impact on her job hasn't.
I just feel so angry inside. I hate listening to him speak on the council floor.
She identified herself publicly as one of the complainants in the investigation into allegations against Miadze, after the investigation could not find sufficient evidence to prove he violated the city's harassment and discrimination policies.
I don't think it was really just like the investigators. I think that they did their job the best that they could. I think it's more so an issue of a legal process that is written by and for abusers.
And it says she was only 22 years old when Miadze had made inappropriate comments to her about her body and her clothing on different occasions, and she says she routinely asked him to stop. She went to other alders for help, and she claims he found out, offered to give her a ride, then locked her in his car and yelled at her that if he ever heard about the allegations again, quote, that both of them were done.
In that moment, I was truly afraid of like what would happen if I said anything. Like, will he hit me? Will he drive the car off really fast and potentially hurt me?
Miadze denied all the allegations against him. Common Council President Alder Yannette Figueroa Cole released a public statement on the investigation, saying it revealed, quote, a troubling pattern of behavior and significant issues we must address.
Other people have come to me and privately shared their experiences with Alder Miadze, which is, again, repeating that pattern of behavior. It's clear to me he will not stop doing this.
Now, again, the investigation did not find sufficient evidence that Miadze violated city policy and law. Miadze's lawyer sent me a statement responding to the allegations and the Common Council president's public posting about the investigation. In the statement, he says the posting was, quote, devoted to inflammatory commentary intended to cast me in a negative light and to suggest that the result of this investigation was due to a problem with the city's policy, not with the credibility and substance of the complaints against me.
Armand, thank you. Stoughton police are investigating a threat made against Stoughton High School last night. They say the school district got a tip from the Wisconsin DOJ's Speak Up, Speak Out anonymous tip line. The police department worked with district administrators to complete a threat assessment. Anyone with information is asked to call the Stoughton Police Dispatch Center.
A Rock County church is asking for help feeding those struggling this holiday season. On December 23rd, the Messiah Lutheran Church's food pantry is holding a donation day. It runs from 10 to 4. Non-perishable foods are asked for, as well as personal hygiene items. Cash donations are also being accepted.
So ahead at 6, we'll take a look at some things to do this weekend.
Plus, millions will soon be traveling around the country for the holidays. What the TSA wants to remind you before you head to the airport.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
When a truck accident happens, the results can be catastrophic. Our dedicated and proven team is here to help, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, all right. Pep's Draft House.
I believe it's Draft Haas.
Draft Haas. I think that's Italian.
Growler Pilsner to go? I gotta get back to Joe's Haas.
Pizza in the house! Man, I'm glad this pizza's big. We got full Haas.
For pizza with big toppings and even bigger taste, you need to
Take it to the house!
When you're gonna pizza, take it to the house. The house. Pep's Draft House.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
They've been rocking audiences for decades. It's Foghat. Performing live November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
I just want to make
with special guest, the Empty Pockets. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Legendary rock band Foghat. Live in concert November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
There's a lot to love about life in the 608. Fundraisers, farmers markets, family events.
Tell Josh what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning in the 608. Weekdays only on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, the weekend is almost here, and there'll be plenty to do. The Dane County Farmers Market may have moved off the Capitol Square for the year, but the show goes on Saturday at Monona Terrace. This will be the first of 4 holiday markets with the same homegrown goods you can find at the outdoor markets, just indoors. It's a way for you to continue supporting local farmers and producers to finish off 2024. There are 5 total holiday markets this month and next. It's open Saturdays from 7:30 a.m. until noon. And Saturday's the opening day for the Lake Ridge Bank River Rink in Monona. Ice skating will be available from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Admission for Monona residents is $5 a person. Youth skating admission also $5, and for non-Monona residents, $6. Skate rentals are also available for $5 each.
The holiday travel season is ramping up. Millions of us are set to pass through security checkpoints in the coming weeks, and the TSA is sharing some tips for travelers to simplify the screening process. The first and likely most surprising one is obviously don't forget to bring your ID. The TSA says people really do say they left their ID at home. Make sure your luggage lock is TSA compliant. And remember, you can bring medications. You just need to let an agent know if your medicine is liquid. Still ahead, barriers behind bars.
When we come back, what a transgender inmate at the Dane County Jail says needs to improve as he shares his story of being locked up. And we could see the first snowfall later in the week. Alex returns with when it's expected to arrive. Stay with us.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Minwax makes it easy to stain and protect any wood project. Minwax Wood Finish is a penetrating oil-based wood stain that provides beautiful rich color in just 1 coat. Get a quart for $10.89 plus 11% rebate. Complete your project faster with Minwax Polycrylic Max. This water-based clear finish provides crystal clear protection and superior final appearance in just 1 coat. A quart is $26.96 plus 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental, $250 for eyewear, and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and free fitness memberships at more than 25,000 locations. Call 1-888-296-4080 today to get your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-888-296-4080. Dean Health Plan. Right here with you.
We got your back. Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands like Hot Spring Hot Tubs, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. 0% financing. Swim spas up to $20,000 off. Saunas as low as $79 a month. Hot tub swim spas and saunas up to 40% off. Come save thousands this weekend at Bachman's Pool Spas and Saunas. SpaExpoWisconsin.com.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Tonight, News 3 Now is diving into the barriers that inmates are facing behind bars in Dane County.
We're introducing you to a former Madison police officer turned Dane County inmate and the struggles he faced while in solitary confinement. He's a transgender man with a long rap sheet, but still believes conditions in the jail need to improve. Meryl Hubbard joins us in studio to introduce him. Meryl?
Yeah, Eric, Susan, I'm going to introduce you to a transgender man named Elijah Meissner, a lifelong Madison resident and former police officer who's run into trouble with the law. In 2024, he racked up enough charges to spend a significant amount of time in jail. No one, not even Elijah, is questioning whether or not he deserved to go to jail. This story is about how inmates like him are treated once they get there.
When it started in early July, there were totally things that I did wrong that I could have done better, and I wish I could go back and change.
Elijah's a repeat offender in the Dane County court system. His charges from 2024 include stalking, domestic violence, use of a dangerous weapon, and more.
I accept those mistakes as mistakes. What I take issue with is really the second half of all of this.
The second half, as Eli calls it, is his time spent in the Dane County jail in solitary confinement.
It was made abundantly clear by the Dane County jail that they didn't know what to do with me.
Elijah was born a female and transitioned to a male over 4 years ago.
To be transgender and coming into a facility where you may be housed with people who are not accepting of that can be scary. It can be very scary, and we take all of those things into consideration.
PREA, the Prison Rape Elimination Act, does not allow trans individuals to have their own space within the jail. They may be placed into male or female housing depending on their safety.
You're not supposed to separate them from the general population in that way. And so their housing and our housing decisions will be similar to what we're doing right now. We'll be doing it on a case-by-case basis.
Housing is a holistic process and not solely based on gender. Dane County Jail Captain Tetzloff says whenever a new resident comes into the jail, they are evaluated based on their past jail records, physical, medical, and mental health.
I've definitely got a history of mental health issues and definitely addiction. And it was a lot to process.
They may be suicidal, just like other residents who come into the facility, and so that complicates our housing decisions because we need to keep them safe not only from other residents but from themselves sometimes.
The Wisconsin state law says for violating the rules of the jail, an inmate may be kept in solitary confinement under the care and advice of a physician, but not over 10 days.
So they may be held in isolation because their behavior in the facility isn't acceptable to be around other people.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office says Elijah was in solitary confinement for about 3 weeks in August.
To sit in SEG in solitary confinement for even 48 hours, it's hell. You know, you got to figure, especially with like significant mental health issues, like, this is the worst neighborhood in the world for me, and you're trapped in there with it.
Solitary confinement is a last resort, according to the jail staff.
Our hands are kind of tied as far as our options for being able to house them. We are not a mental health facility.
But it still is a cinder block cell, and we think that this type of housing is not helping anyone, especially going through a mental health crisis.
Sergeant R.J. Lurquin gave News 3 Now a tour of how the jail exists today, saying their mental health accommodations may change with the new jail that is being built.
So the new jail is going to provide almost more of like a hospital type setting. It's still going to be a jail, but it's not going to be a cinder block cell.
We're hopeful that the new jail, we have some mental health housing units and a medical floor to be able to have medical close to the people who most need that services.
Those kinds of services are what Elijah says he needed while in jail, especially since it was such a big shift compared to his past.
Worked in law enforcement. The boots on the ground are who I have respect for.
Elijah was an MPD officer for 8 years and resigned in 2021. He says he's trying to put the pieces together now that he's found himself on the other side of the law.
It was really like, and it still is, it was really like my entire world got shaken up and flipped upside down, and I'm still trying to figure out where everything is. I don't know.
Since we interviewed Elijah, we have received information from MPD saying he's now in custody on new charges, including battery and disorderly conduct while armed. We still thought it was important to show this story so people can understand the current conditions and classifications in the jail. The Sheriff's Department tells me the new jail won't be completed for at least another 3 years.
Meryl, thank you very much. Turning back to weather now, it's going to be quiet through the weekend, but then things are going to get active next week. Here's Alex with the forecast.
You got it, Susan. As we get into next week, it's very likely we're going to see our first snowflakes in southern Wisconsin. No snowflakes last night. The rain panned out. The lesser amounts north and west of Madison, that panned out. Areas Madison and to the east, we said about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, but some places surprisingly picked up a little bit more than expected. Over far southwestern Wisconsin, Iowa, Grant, and Lafayette counties. Some places, by our radar estimate, approached nearly an inch. Now, drought monitor, we get this update every single Thursday. Not a lot of improvement with the abnormally dry conditions, but unfortunately, far southeastern Wisconsin, this would include Janesville over towards Elkhorn, even our friends in Watertown and Jefferson, moderate to severe drought conditions, so actually worsening of the conditions in far southeastern Wisconsin. So we need more precipitation. There's more on the way, but not all of it's going to be in the form of rain. 48 right now in Madison, northwest winds at 5, relatively light winds, temperatures up near 50 degrees. It's quite pleasant out there. We plan the rest of our evening. By the time you join, Jacob will be here at our 10 o'clock newscast. 46 degrees, cloudy skies. So overall, a really quite a calm and peaceful night. This is the scene today. Thank you, Linda, for sending us that photo. The fog, the mist outside. This is up near Devil's Lake. Just scan that QR code right now if you want to send us your weather photo. But this is also part of our weather story as we move into Friday. It's the clearing out of the clouds. If we can't get those clouds to clear out, that's going to change our high temperature that I have currently forecasted. But Future Track is optimistic getting the clouds eventually out of here as we head towards 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That should allow the mercury to rise up into the low to mid 50s, going for high of 53 in Madison. But if those clouds hang on longer, just mind my words here, it's very possible we may see temperatures in the 40s or mid to upper 40s rather if the clouds hang on. Susan said a beautiful weekend ahead. Yes, 54 Saturday, 56 on Sunday. I can guarantee these high temperatures in the 50s, a tiny chance of a shower as a cold front comes through. We also have the Badger football game. Nice night for the game here. You just want to maybe wear your fall red attire with temperatures in the mid 40s to right around 50 degrees through the entirety of the game. Then we have that weather system next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, going on into Friday. How that plays out, rain starting on Monday night going into Tuesday. As we go into Wednesday and Thursday, watch this on the back side here. Enough cold air for our first few snowflakes as early as Wednesday, perhaps lasting on into Thursday of next week. And don't forget, next week is Winter Weather Awareness Week. Each day we will be talking about winter weather related topics.
And coming up in sports, it's 1 versus 2 this weekend in Columbus. Why this series means a little more to the Badger women's hockey team. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are your home's tired, leaky gutters saying, rain, rain, go away? Is your basement at risk of flooding? To the rescue, Fry Construction and our Absolute Gutters. Our gutters are custom fabricated on-site for a perfect, seamless fit that's engineered to excel. Wishing for a break in the clouds? How about a sunny 29% discount on our Absolute Gutter System? To get this great deal, visit fryconstruction.com today to schedule your roof or siding replacement.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
What happened?
Someone took the Bronco out for an extended test drive.
They used all the goat modes. Goes over any type of terrain.
They did it all, man.
Looks like they had a lot of fun.
Those boots are awfully muddy, Sam.
My boots? I did it. I'm gonna do it again.
Lease a new Bronco Sport Big Ben for only $399 a month, or a Bronco Big Ben for just $499 a month for 36 months.
want it. You want some ice time, a nice time, so good you post it twice time. You want some cheer? Now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you who you gotta see. Ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments, so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
Wisconsin women's hockey has been rolling on the ice. They've got the NCAA leader in points and assists in Casey O'Brien. Layla Edwards leads the nation in goals, and nobody has more wins or shutouts in net than Ava McNaughton. But now it's time for a real test. They trip to Ohio State to stay against the second-ranked Buckeyes. Remember, the same team that beat them in last year's national championship game. And you could say the Badgers are looking forward to it.
Right now, this is the rivalry. It's Ohio, Wisconsin. Every game is a battle, and we just want to go in there and make a statement. This season we've been playing really well so far, so we just kind of want to keep that going and really not put too much pressure on the outcome, but we definitely want to make a statement there.
Well, reigning National Player of the Year Sarah Franklin moved one step closer to go back-to-back in that category. The Badger senior was named a semifinalist for the National Player of the Year award this afternoon. Franklin leads the team in kills with 361, averaging just under 5%. Finalists will be announced in December. And don't forget to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with Austin Brown tomorrow night. But first, here's a sneak peek of this week's Wisconsin Huddle Unleashed with Lola Schumacher.
Look at this.
Is that like 10?
Do you hear that?
15? Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm like, I don't have my contacts in. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to focus.
Oh!
I hate this game so much. I actually just got contacts. My coaches made me go to the eye doctor. Yeah, I got contacts like 3 weeks ago.
Why?
Because I can't see.
But you didn't.
I was like squinting all the time.
It wasn't affecting
Well, I think
your
I've just
play?
been playing off reaction. But then my passing coaches were like, I think you need to go to the eye doctor. So they scheduled me an appointment. And then the doctor was like, you need contacts. And I've never played better in my life.
Who hits the hardest on the team?
Devin.
Or like the fastest?
Devin.
Devin?
She hits a rocket. Yeah. Her on the slide.
She's got some personality, that one.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know, that reaction, I still got it.
She had such low confidence, though, in youth, she didn't even need her contacts.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Quick final check, Alex.
Yeah, sure. Temperatures as we go through the weekend into early next week, warm, but then we cool off with a weather system that could bring our very first snowflakes to southern Wisconsin next week.
Oh, boy. Can't wait. Alex, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a good evening, everybody.